What is going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it is time for a discussion video pertaining to Dragon Ball, specifically about the infamous Super Saiyan Pink. Bum bum bum, yeah, that thing. Also, the other Super Saiyan forms. I'm going to break down each one, comparing and contrasting their designs and how different they are, and sort of asking the question, are the Super Saiyan forms or the Super Saiyan transformations getting stale? Is Toriyama getting lazy? That's the questions I'm going to be asking. I already sort of went into this in a discussion video about transformations and power-ups in general, but this will be more in-depth, and that video was a while ago, so some of you guys, or a lot of you guys, probably haven't seen it. So, with all that being said, roll intro, let's get started. For starters, I'm just going to break down the designs for each of the Super Saiyan forms just to create a little bit of context. The original Super Saiyan form is a black hair, turning blonde or golden, spiking up with some hair hanging over the forehead, greenish blue eyes, and a little bit of extra muscle bulk. The Super Saiyan 2 transformation is basically Super Saiyan 1 for most characters with an electric aura. Like in the case of Goku, he has a little bit less hair covering his forehead. It's spiked up a bit more, and that's pretty much it, plus the electric aura. For Vegeta, he's exactly the same with an electric aura. For Gohan as an adult, he's exactly the same with an electric aura. For Trunks, electric aura. And for Gohan as a kid, his hair does spike up more because his regular Super Saiyan form did not spike his hair up. It only turned it blonde/golden. So Super Saiyan 2, that's that. Super Saiyan 3 is long spiky hair, like very long spiky hair, no eyebrows. You still have the greenish blue eyes, but they have a black pupil, and the electric aura remains. That's Super Saiyan 3. As far as Super Saiyan God goes, we have a thinner body build. They don't add muscle bulk to this one. He is only thinner than his original form, and his hair does not spike up, but it does turn red, and he gains red eyes that have a black pupil. And a red fiery aura instead of lightning. Then for Super Saiyan Blue, it is, I'd probably say, the same build as base. I don't think he gets any buffer. Same build as base, plus blue hair that looks like the Super Saiyan 1 hair recolored, and same eye color and everything. It's still greenish blue, whatever. So that's Super Saiyan Blue. And then you have the new one, the Super Saiyan Pink, quote-unquote, that may not even be a thing because, yeah, I mean, it's like an advertisement for Goku Black, but I mean, wasn't it like for a candy or something? Like, couldn't it just be like, oh, his hair is pink on the strawberry flavored one, and then his hair is green on the fucking sour apple? So, I mean, we don't know yet if this is even going to be canon, but I'm still going to talk about it in case it will be, because a lot of people don't like it. And I'm going to throw a little bit of context and a little bit of facts at you guys with one theory. I will admit there is one theory in here, and I'll tell you guys when I throw out that theory, but anyways, those are the Super Saiyan transformations. And just describing them the way I did, you might think, well, yeah, all these new ones are just recolors. Like, oh, Goku, it's his regular hair but red, or it's just Super Saiyan but blue, or it's just Super Saiyan but pink. But you have to put it in the context of the story. Super Saiyan originally was a regular Saiyan who are born with black hair. They turn into a golden warrior. And I don't really think I need to explain why that is clearly an upgrade. I mean, Golden Warrior, I mean, it's more heroic looking, it's more grand, it has more prestige, it's gold. I mean, it's just what that color can represent. So, that's the original Super Saiyan transformation. Super Saiyan 2, because everyone's saying the current Super Saiyan forms are, quote-unquote, getting stale or Toriyama's getting lazy. What do you have to say about Super Saiyan 2? Like, literally aside from Gohan and Goku's barely a difference, but aside from Gohan, when he's a kid, there is no difference between Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 1, except that they have electricity around them. That's probably the least creative of all of them, aside from Gohan as a kid. So, yeah, Super Saiyan forms have pretty much always, excluding Super Saiyan 3, they've pretty much all looked around the same. And the reason why, and here's where I'm going to throw out the theory, The reason why I think Super Saiyan 3 looks so different is because I don't think Saiyans as a race were capable of Super Saiyan 3 until Goku. Like, I think it's not like a form. I don't. It's like I literally don't think it was part of their like evolution, for a lack of a better term. I don't think Super Saiyan 3 was a part of their evolution when they were alive and on planet Vegeta and everything. I think because the Saiyans, like Goku and Vegeta, ended up becoming so powerful, they were able to unlock the Super Saiyan form, which we knew Saiyans could do. That was like the fabled legendary Super Saiyan story, so that already existed. And we know the Super Saiyan God form already existed, because there were stories of that as well. Shenron, told us that. But as far as Super Saiyan 2 and 3 go, 3 especially, but I feel like Super Saiyans 2 and 3 are sort of like, they're sort of like mutations or like evolutions of the Super Saiyan form, where Saiyans are these very adaptive. They're a very adaptive race that can take damage and adapt and get stronger. And there seems to be no. It's not that they have no limits, but they can constantly break the limits that they do have through training and through powering up. And because Saiyans reached a certain state, I feel like through training for an entire year in the time chamber, Gohan was able to sort of evolve the Super Saiyan form into Super Saiyan 2, and Goku, through training for like 7 or 8 years during the time skip, he was able to mutate it even further to the Super Saiyan 3 form. And what holds my theory up, I think, a little more is the fact that Super Saiyan 3, I mean, the lack of eyebrows, the extremely long hair, and also the fact that the body can't handle, like a Saiyan body can't handle Super Saiyan 3. Like, it just can't. Super Saiyan 2, it burns energy a little faster than Super Saiyan 1, but Super Saiyan 3 is just like, you are just, like, Goku was exhausted and just done after fighting Buu for just a couple of minutes. And I really do feel like it's because he pushed the evolution further, he mutated the Super Saiyan form to something that it's never been capable of doing before, and that's why it's so exhausting on the body, is the body isn't built for it. And that's just my theory on Super Saiyan 2 and 3. I think that, I don't think Bardock was capable of doing them. I mean, he's capable in the sense that if he got as strong as Goku and Vegeta, he could achieve them at some point. But I don't think those other Saiyans, I don't think that was in their evolutionary chain, you know what I mean, if I'm wording that right. But even if I'm not, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that's my theory on why Super Saiyan 3 looks so different from the other forms. And I could be wrong. I know there's Dragon Ball Z fact books out there, like Daizenshuu or whatever they're called. Those could totally fucking prove me wrong. I've never read them. But yeah. Those are my thoughts on Super Saiyan 3 and why it looks so different. But setting Super Saiyan 3 aside, we have Super Saiyan God. Thinner body build, red hair, red eyes, fire aura. It's literally, like, people say this looks stale or this looks boring or that it looks like Toriyama was lazy, but it's literally about as much change as the original Super Saiyan form was. Blonde spiky hair, new eye color, bulkier body. And then with Super Saiyan God, it's red hair, different eye color, thinner body, and flame aura. So it's literally about the same in terms of changing Goku's appearance. So I don't really get why that's like, I don't get how that's like lazy if it's exactly the same. It's definitely more creative than Super Saiyan 2. And then we move on to Super Saiyan God Blue. In the case of Super Saiyan God Blue, this form, I mean, what people don't understand and why they're saying like, oh, all these new forms and blah, blah, blah. Super Saiyan God Blue, and I'll talk about Super Saiyan Pink in a second, but it's not a new form. Not technically. It's within the context of the series, when you actually add the context, it's just Super Saiyan 1, which is what it looks like, with God Ki. When Goku goes from regular base to Super Saiyan, he goes from black to gold hair. Black to gold. It's not total opposites, it's not black and white, but it still contrasts the black pretty much completely. And then you have red hair turning to blue hair. Once again, there's a contrast there. Those are usually considered opposites. So, yeah, there's context to why it looks so different when he takes on the Super Saiyan Blue form. And it's just Super Saiyan 1 with God Ki. The reason why it's Super Saiyan 1 turned blue is because of God Ki. And I don't really get why people think it's like a new transformation. It's not. It's literally just Super Saiyan 1, again, with God Ki, which is what causes it to look blue. Now you have Super Saiyan Pink. And what I think Super Saiyan Pink is going to be, and why I don't think people should be complaining that this is like another new uncreative form. I think, once again, like Super Saiyan Blue, this is just going to be, if it is in the series, it's just going to be Goku Black's version of Super Saiyan. That's why it looks like Super Saiyan, is because it's not a new form, it's just his version of it. Every time he copies Goku, he gets stronger, and he doesn't seem to be human or Saiyan by the way he talks, so he wouldn't have a traditional Super Saiyan form. It might look altered or different. It's basically Goku Black's bootleg Super Saiyan form to copy Goku. Now, why he's able to adapt and look like Goku and copy him and gain power by copying him, we don't know yet, but he seems to be able to copy Goku. If he copies Goku's Super Saiyan transformation, it might look different, but still basically be Super Saiyan. It'll look different because it's on him and he's not a full Saiyan or isn't Saiyan at all, as far as we know. So, yeah, it's not another new form. You know, it's literally just Super Saiyan, but bootleg, and that's why it's a different color. And, yeah, so I really don't think these... I mean, the transformations, if you look at them based purely on what they look like, yeah, you could say there's a lack of creativity. But when you look at the context of the story, when you see that Toriyama has said Super Saiyan God looked red and had the fire aura to look more aggressive, and Super Saiyan Blue had the more water-like aura to be more calm and more at peace and in more control of you over your ki. And this was said by Goku in Dragon Ball Super when he used the Kaioken times 10. Oh, love that scene. Oh, I just got the visuals in my head. Love that scene. But anyways, Goku does say that he's able to do it through having Super Saiyan God ki and being calm. So that's not only a quote from the author, that's in the canon. There's context to why these forms look the way they look. You can't just look, oh, hair color. You have to consider, oh, well, Super Saiyan God has the fire aura. Super Saiyan Blue has the more water-like aura. When they do the transformation, you like see the aura like break off of them. There's differences, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. I think it's because of Super Saiyan 4, honestly, which obviously I didn't address because it's not canon, but Super Saiyan 4 was so drastically different, and Super Saiyan 3 was so drastically different. And I already gave my theory on Super Saiyan 3, which, of course, could be completely fucking wrong, but those two looked pretty damn different from Super Saiyans 1 and 2. So when you go back to the canon material and you get Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue, and they more go in line with what Toriyama was originally doing with Super Saiyan 1 and 2, people think it's uncreative, people think it's lazy, but as long as you add the context from what Toriyama has said, what's been stated in the series, you look at more than just the hair color, I really don't think there's like I don't think they're getting stale. I don't think Toriyama's getting uncreative. I think he's literally just using the same form he's been using, and that's why it's the same design, is because it's Super Saiyan 1 with God Ki, so it looks like Super Saiyan 1. It's Super Saiyan 1 done by a character who's not a full-blown Saiyan, so it looks different, but it's still Super Saiyan 1. And the people who complain that it's pink, Majin Buu is pink. He's one of the best villains in the entire series, so I really don't care. Actually, I kind of like it. At first, when I saw it, I was like, oh, that is kind of lame, but then as I looked at the image, well, first of all, the actual image they released, at least the one I saw, looks pretty cool. I actually like the fucking, like, inked off, like, aura he has around his hands and feet and everything. I actually think it's a pretty badass image, but no, I actually like the color contrast. I think it's actually kind of unique and interesting looking. And, you know, you can call me a Dragon Ball fanboy or whatever. I'm just being totally honest. I mean, there's plenty of things about Dragon Ball I don't like. I could literally say that, like, Cell, I pretty much don't like the design of any of Cell's forms. I've actually never found Cell that appealing looking as a villain, so I can definitely criticize the forms in Dragon Ball for sure. For this particular case, I don't think there's anything to criticize from an objective standpoint. I think it's exactly what it should look like, and I don't think Toriyama's getting lazy with it. Now, if he does say, okay, here's the new Super Saiyan 4, right? Like, so imagine this isn't Super Saiyan 1 with God Ki, this isn't a bootleg Super Saiyan 1. If Toriyama introduces a new Super Saiyan form, like Super Saiyan 4, or whatever, like a canon version, and it is just green Super Saiyan, like it looks like Super Saiyan 1, but it's green, or if he introduces a new form, like Super Saiyan 4, and it's like Super Saiyan 3, but white, or something, like, yeah, then you could say that's pretty lazy, that's just a color swap. But if it is the Super Saiyan 1 form with something making it different to alter it slightly, that's exactly what it should look like, a slightly altered version. You get what I'm saying? I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but I think you get what I'm saying at this point. So, with all that being said, what do you guys think of the Super Saiyan transformations, the whole power scaling, the context within the story and everything? What do you think about my theory? Again, could be totally wrong. Don't quote me on it or anything, but just something I sort of came up with. But yeah, what do you guys think of the transformations? What do you think of the new Super Saiyan Pink? You can tell me in the comments section below. Follow me on Instagram or add me on PSN. I'm petplatypus on both. You can also give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media. Both of those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already or if you like what you've seen here. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching.